Hey newbies, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are solving PSI 2015 question papers mental ability questions. Solution video of PSI 2015 is already there in the playlist. Please do watch it. Okay. Now the question we are solving is from number system, divisibility rule. In number system, we can see many subtopics, that is divisibility rule, factors, reminders, tens place, unit place, and trialing zeros, etc. Okay. Here, this question is from divisibility rule. The question is, what is the least value of k so that 36k36 is divisible by 6? Think of the numbers which are divisible by 6. Simple logic, all the numbers which are divisible by 2 and 3 pakka divisible by 6. Okay. What are the numbers divisible by 2? All even numbers. Correct? No. Check the given number. 36k36. Any number is even. If it is an even number, definitely it is divisible by 2. Okay. First condition satisfied. The number is divisible by 2. Let's go for the second condition. The number should be divisible by 3 as well. Then only the complete number is divisible by 6. Okay. To check whether the number is divisible by 3 or not, it's a very simple number. You can use the options directly, replace that k value with the given options and divide the value by 3 and check it. Or else, see, what do you have to do? Let me take an example for this. 11269. This is the number. Okay. We need to check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. First, we'll check normally. Let me divide this number by 3. 3 3s are 9. We get 2 carry over here. 7s are, we get 1 carry over here. 5s are 15. 1 carry over here. Is this number completely divisible by 3? No, because 19 is not divisible by 3. Okay. There is one more technique we can use to check whether the number is divisible by 3 or not. Very simple technique. Add the digits of that given number. 1 plus, 1 plus, 2 plus, 6 plus, 9. Clear? What is the summation? See, 9 plus 1, 10, 16, 18, 19. Is this 19 divisible by 3? No, right? Then the complete number is not divisible by 3. Or else you can further add this and take this as 10. Okay, again add this, take it as 1. What I'm doing here, just I'm adding the digits. Okay, here it is 19. 9 plus 1, 10. Again, 1 plus 0, 1. Is 1 divisible by 3? No, right? Then the complete number is not divisible by 3. Simple. Clear? Let's use the same technique here. 3 plus 6 plus k plus 3 plus 6. What is the summation? 18 plus k. Clear? Now use the options to solve this. 4 numbers are there. No, you can go with the trial and error method. Okay, if I place k value as 1, what will be the summation? 19. Is 19 divisible by 3? No, right? Then A can't be the answer. Similarly, take k value as 2. What do we get? 20 as the sum. Is 20 divisible by 3? No, right? Then B is also wrong option. Okay, let's come to C now. Add 6 to this. What do we get? 24. Is 24 divisible by 3? Yes, that is 8s are right. Then C could be the answer. Clear? Let's come to D now. Add 3 to 18. How much we get? 21. 21 divided by 3? Yes, divisible. 7s are right. Then 3 is the answer for this question. Why, ma'am? 6 also possible, right? Yes, you are correct. Both are correct answers, but they're asking for least number. Compared to 6, 3 is least value, right? Then 3 is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Let me teach you another way. See here. Same step. 3 plus 6 plus k plus 3 plus 6. Instead of adding all the digits and taking it as 18, what you can do is deal with individual digit. Okay, see, check 3. Is 3 divisible by 3? Yes. Then we can cancel 3. Let's go to 6. Is 6 divisible by 3? Yes, cancel it. Similarly, 3 I can cancel, 6 also I can cancel. Clear? Then we are left out with k. Now, k value I can give as 0. Why, ma'am? See here. 36036. Take the sum. 18 is the sum, no? Is 18 divisible by 3? Yes. Then this complete number is divisible by 3. That's why we can take k value as 0. And next to 0, k value should be 3, 6, 9. these are the possible values of k. First least value of k could be 0, and after that 3, after that 6, after that 9. Clear? That's why we have to take 3 as the least value of k. I hope this is clear. Now, let me add 1 to this. That makes the number 36k 361. Clear? Can you guess the value of k now? Either you add all the digits or go with this method. See, if I add all the digits, I get 19 plus k. After this, just think of converting this value as a multiple of 3. What could be the least value of k? Very simple. 19 plus 2, that gives us the value 21. 21 is divisible by 3, no? Then minimum value of k is 2. Clear? Or else deal with the individual digits. See, I can remove 3 because 3 is divisible by 3. Then 6, yes, 6 is divisible by 3. I can remove this 3 and this 6. Can I remove 1? No, because 1 is not divisible by 3. Let's take the number now. Left out numbers, k plus 1. What is the minimum value of k that makes this number multiple of 3? Very simple. 2 plus 1. Can we take 0 now? No. If we take 0, 0 plus 1, 1. 1 is not divisible by 3. So minimum value of k is 2. This is the way to answer these type of questions. Hope I'm clear. Anyways, next question is from progression topic. Question is, sum of all odd numbers between 200 and 300. What is the first odd number? 201. Next odd number? 203. Okay. Next odd number? 205. Yes. If we continue like this, what is the last odd number? 299. Correct? No. After forming the series, what you have to check is whether the series is in AP or GP. AP means arithmetic progression, GP means geometric progression. What is arithmetic progression? Difference between the numbers should be same. Correct? No, that is what arithmetic progression. What about geometric progression? Ratio should be same. Now, this series is in arithmetic progression. How? Check here. 203 minus 201. 2 is the difference. 205 minus 203. 2 is the difference. If you continue like this, you will get the difference as 2 everywhere. Am I clear? This is what we take as D. D in the sense difference in AP. If the series is in GP, what do you have to do? You have to take the ratio. 203 divided by 201, 205 divided by 203. The ratio should be same. Now, the present series is in AP. Okay. After this, you have to find number of terms from 201 to 209. How many terms are there? How many numbers are there? That is what we call N here. Clear? Can you guess number of terms? In this question, it's very simple. It is 50. 50 odd numbers. If you can't guess it, you can use a formula. Tn is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Okay. Tn is last number. A is first number. N is number of terms that we have to find here. Then D is 2. Simplify this and get the value of N. Okay. N minus 1 into 2 is equal to, send this value here, 299 minus 201. Okay, what is n minus 1? 299 minus 201, we get 98 divided by 2. I have sent this 2 to denominator. What about n minus 1? N minus 1 is equal to 49. Now get the value of n. N is equal to, if you send minus 1 this side, we get the value 50. Yes. Number of terms in this series are 50. Am I clear? Now the question is to find sum. Correct. In AP, sum formula is Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Newbies, use this formula when you don't know the last term. If you know the last term, you can use very simple formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus l. Instead of l, you can take as Tn, last term. Yes, 50 is equal to 50 by 2. A is 201. L is 299. Simplify this and get the answer. What is 50 by 2? 25. 201 plus 299, we get 500. Okay. What is 25 5s are? 125 and we have 2 zeros here. Place it. Simple. What's the answer for this question? Option C is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Anyways, next question is from probability. Using permutation, we have to solve probability question. Okay, the question is, Namrata wants to visit 4 cities A, B, C, D on an official trip. This probability that she visit A just before B. First, you have to understand what is probability. Formula for probability is expectation divided by reality. Expectation by reality. Expectation means what they have asked in the question. Reality means doing the same thing without any condition. See, in the question, the condition is she must visit city A just before city B. This comes in the expectation part. What about reality? 4 cities are there. She can visit in any order. Correct? No? 4 cities, 4 factorial ways. That means 24 ways are there. 24 orders are there. Clear? Out of this 24 ways, how many ways are there in which she visits city A just before city B? To satisfy this condition, we have to take 3 cases. See, case number 1. She'll visit city A as the first city and then city B as the second city. Okay, after this C and D will come. Okay. Case number 2. She visits city A as the second city and then B as the third city. Okay. Case number 3. She visits city A as a third city and city B as the last city. These are the 3 possible cases which satisfy the given condition. She has to visit city A just before the city B. Clear? Now, how many ways can you place city C and city D here? Very simple. 2 factorial ways. That means 2 ways. What are the 2 ways? See, A, B, C, D, first way. A, B, D, C, second way. These are the 2 ways. Clear? Then, case number 2. How many ways can we place C and D here? It is 2 factorial. 2 ways. The ways are C, A, B, D, first way. D, A, B, C, second way. Clear? Last case, again, 2 places are there, 2 cities are left out, 2 factorial ways. 2 ways. The ways are C, D, A, B, this is one way. D, C, A, B, this is the second way. See, there are 6 possible ways which satisfy the given condition out of 24. Yes, see, out of 24, 6 ways satisfy the given condition where Namrata visits city A just before city B. I hope this is clear. Reduce this. 1s are 4s are. Option D is the answer for this question. Easy, no? Okay. See, newbies, without taking all these cases, we can solve it directly. Very simple. Check here. AB, here AB, here AB. AB should be in this order. We can't place CD between AB. Correct? No. Then what you can do is take AB together as one city and CD. These 2 are another 2 cities. Now, how many cities are there? Only 3 cities are there. Consider like this. Am I clear? Why we are considering like this? Very simple. Because A and B should be together. Okay. How many ways can Namrata visit these 3 cities? 3 factorial ways. What is this value? 6. See, here we got the answer. Expectation value. That's it. 6 divided by 24 is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Anyways, next question is from combination. Find the number of ways of selecting 2 vowels and 2 consonants from the letters of the word Tuesday. Anyways, first you have to check whether the question is from permutation or combination. Very easy technique is that you have to use these keywords. If the question is from combination, they'll ask you to pick or select. Am I clear? And if the question is from permutation, they'll ask you to form or arrange. These are the keywords you have to remember. Now the question is to select. That means you have to use combination technique. Before selecting the vowels and the consonant, just take out vowels and consonants. Vowels are U, E, A. 3 vowels are there. What about consonants? T, S, D, Y. 4 consonants are there. Correct? No. Now in the question, they're asking us to select 2 vowels from these 3 vowels and 2 consonants from this 4 consonants. Am I clear? Now, what is the formula for combination? NCR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Correct? No? Let's take an example. 7C3. 7 factorial divided by 7 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. Let's expand this. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 3 factorial. By cancelling these two, we get 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 3 factorial. Newbies, instead of wasting time on these two steps, you can get this value directly. Very simple technique. Check this number. 3 is there, no? Then in the numerator, you should have 3 numbers, including 7. Just move in the ascending order till 3 numbers. Clear? 7 into 6 into 5 divided by this number factorial. I mean, if it is 15C2, value is 15 into 14 divided by 2 factorial. That's it. No need of applying the formula here. I hope you got this. Okay. Along with this, one more easy formula is there which helps us in the calculation. NCR is equal to NCN minus R. This helps us in the calculation. That means if it is 15C14, can we expand in the same way? No, right? It takes too much of time. So, instead of taking this value, we can take this as 15C1, NCN minus R formula. Now, it's very simple. What is 15C1? 15. That's it. Similarly, apply the same logic here. 3C2, I can rewrite this as 3C1, then 4C2. If you use that NCN minus R formula, nothing will change. So, let it be. Now, what is 3C1? 3. 4C2, 4 into 3 divided by 2. 2 ones are, 2 twos are, 3 twos are 6, 6 threes are 18. Option D is the answer for this question. Simple question, right? Okay, we'll continue. Next combination question is, if there are 12 persons in a party and each of them shakes hand with each other, how many handshakes happen in the party? To make one handshake, how many people are required? 2 at a time, right? Very simple. Out of this 12, select 2 at a time. That's it. 12C2 is the answer for this question. What is 12C2? 12 into 11 divided by 2. 1s are 6 are. That means 66 handshakes are possible. Option B is the answer for this question. Anyways, next question is from profit and loss. A man sells sugar at 20% profit and uses a weight is 10% less than the actual measure. His gain percentage is? His gain percentage is not just 20%, obviously more than that, because he is cheating the customer. Okay, see, let's assume the customer asked for 100 kg sugar and the shopkeeper has purchased that 100 kg sugar for 100 rupees. That means 1 kg sugar, 1 rupee. Clear? Then the shopkeeper investment is 100 rupees. For this 100 kg sugar, the shopkeeper is getting 20% profit. What's the meaning of that? That means the customer is paying 20% more than his investment. Correct? No, his investment is 100 rupees. 20% more in the sense 20 more. Correct. Then selling price is 120 rupees. I hope till here it's clear. This is what the customer thinks. Okay, but the reality is something else. The shopkeeper cheats the customer by telling that he is selling 100 kg, but he gives only 90 kg. That is the meaning of this line. The customer thinks he is getting 100 kg. But he uses the weight which is 10% less than the actual measure. The weight shows 100 kgs for just 90 kgs. Customer thinks he is getting 100 kg, but actually he gets only 90 kg. What about the shopkeeper's investment for this 90 kgs? Just 90 rupees. This is the actual cost price. Am I clear? It's not 100 rupees. 90 rupees is the actual investment of the shopkeeper. Then it's final that for 90 rupees investment, the shopkeeper is getting 120 rupees. What about the profit percentage now? Profit percentage is equal to profit divided by cost price into 100. How much is the profit? 30 rupees, no? Profit is equal to selling price minus cost price, 30 rupees profit, and the cost price is 90 into 100. 1 by 3 into 100. Answer is 33 1 by 3%. He gets 33 1 by 3% profit, not 20% profit. Option D is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Next question is from time and work. A and B can do a piece of work separately in 8 and 12 hours. If they work alternate hours, A starting, when will be the work be finished? In time and work topic, more than other type of questions, I like this alternate hours, alternate work wala questions. Okay. To solve time and work questions, two methods are there. That is fraction method, another one is LCM method. To solve this alternate hours, alternate work wala questions, you have to use LCM method. That is an easier method. For the LCM method, first step is you have to find total work. Total work is equal to LCM of 8 and 12. What is LCM of 8 and 12? 24. So total work is 24 units. Okay, 24 units in the sense it can be anything like 24 buildings, 24 chocolates, 24 ice creams, 24 shoes, anything. Okay, so let's keep it as 24 units. Clear? Now, let's take 1 hour work of A. See, 1 hour work of A, how to find it? Very simple, 24 units are there. To do this 24 units, A is taking 8 hours. That means every hour A finishes 3 units. That's it. This is the efficiency of A. Okay, let's come to B now. 1 hour work of B. This 24 units B can complete in 12 hours. That means B does 2 units every hour. Okay, now both work together but in the alternate hours to finish this 24 units. That means first hour A works, second hour B works, then third hour A works, fourth hour B works. Like this the series continues. Okay, now in the first hour 3 units will be finished, and then in the second hour 2 units, again third hour 3 units, fourth hour 2 units. Okay, now while solving these type of questions, you have to create a cycle. Okay, this cycle repeats after every 2 hours. Correct? No? See? Every 2 hours. That means every 2 hours, 5 units will be completed. See? Correct. Now, 2 hours, every 2 hours, they complete 5 units. Okay. After this, very big mistake is taking this 24 units directly and solving it. No, you should not do that. Okay. Always remember, whenever you are solving the alternate hours work, just be away from the total work. Little away. Okay. Now, I won't take 24 units. Every 2 hours, 5 units will be completed. No. Then after 4th hour, 10 units. After 6th hour, 15 units. After 8th hour, 20 units. Correct? No? Like this. So every 2 hours, 5 units will be finished. For that reason, what I'll do is, I'll take 20 units here. Okay, I'll check total hours required to complete this 20 units. Okay, you can use your cross multiplication, or else what number I should multiply to this to get 20? Into 4, right? Same number multiply here. That's it. What is this? 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours are done. After 8th hour, how much units are left out? See, total units are 24. Out of 24, 20 units are done in 8 hours. Okay, 4 units are left out. Clear? 9th hour. What happens in the 9th hour? Check it. Who has to work on this time? 9th hour? A or B? Check it. Every odd hours, A works. See, A starting, no? Every odd hour, A works. Clear? Now, 9th hour is an odd hour. Then A should work. We'll allow A to work for this complete 1 hour. I mean, 9th hour. How much A finishes? 3 units. Correct? No? See, every hour A finishes 3 units. Now, how much is left out? Out of 4 units, 3 units will be done by A. Then remaining 1 unit. Who has to do this? Very simple. B has to do this because next hour B is going to work. Correct? No? Then what is the efficiency of B? 2 units, but the left out is only 1 unit. Then how much R B takes? Very simple. Left out is 1 unit and B's capacity is 2 units. Only half an hour is more than enough for B to finish this 1 unit. Clear? This is how you can create the fraction. Just take that left out work to the numerator and the efficiency of that person to the denominator. That's it. Then what's the answer? See, 10th hour is not completed. Only till 9th hour it's completed. Then in the 10th hour, only half an hour is used. Correct? No. Then 9.5. 9.5 hours is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Next question is from partnership topic. A, B and C started a business. A's investment is 2 times of B's investment and B's investment is 5 times of C's investment. Find the total profit of B in the total profit of 25,600. To solve this question, you have to create investment ratio. Let's take the investment ratio. A is to B is to C. See, B's investment is 5 times of C's investment. If C invests 1 rupee, B will invest 5 rupees. This is the meaning of this line. B's investment is 5 times of C's investment. Okay. Then A's investment is 2 times of B's investment. That means if B is investing 5 rupees, A will invest 10 rupees. That makes A value 2 times of B value. This is what investment ratio. Clear? If the total duration the amount has been used to get the profit is same, you can use the same investment ratio as the profit ratio. Duration in the sense, see, ABC started a business. They have invested the amount. That amount has been used for complete 1 year or complete 2 years till they get this profit. Correct, right? That is what the meaning of same duration. Clear? Now we can use the same ratio as profit ratio. Let's get the B's profit. If 16 rupees is the profit, what is this number? Simple. Add these 3 numbers. Okay. If 16 rupees is the profit, B should get 5 rupees. What about out of 26,500 rupees? Just simplify this and get the answer. This is 16 ones are 16 16s are. You should not forget the square numbers. 16 16s are 256. Yes. 16 5s are 80 and we have 2 zeros here. Include that. 8,000 rupees. This is the share of B out of this 25,600. Maybe same question. If they ask for share of A, you have to take like this. Out of 16 rupees, A should get 10 rupees. What about out of 25,600? Similarly, for C, out of 16 rupees, C should get 1 rupee. What about out of 25,600? I hope the solution is clear. Okay, let's continue. Newbies, next question is from simplification. Naina gave half piece of the cake to Neha and 1/3 piece of the cake to Gunjan. Then find what part of cake she has. Let's take total cake as 1. Okay, out of this, she has given half to Neha, then 1/3 to Gunjan. Correct? No? To get the left out part of the cake, just simplify this and get the answer. That's it. What is the LCM? 6 is the LCM. 6 minus 3 minus 2. 6 minus 5 divided by 6. What is the final value? 1/6 of the cake she has. That's it. Option A is the answer for this question. Very simple question. Let's move to the next one. Newbies, next simplification question is, what is the cube root of 412 by 125? They're asking you to find the cube root of this value. Okay, before finding the cube root, convert this mixed fraction value to improper fraction. See, if this is the mixed fraction value, how to convert this to improper? Multiply these two and add this one. That means P into R plus Q. This should be our numerator divided by R. This should be the denominator. Okay, apply the same logic here. What is the numerator? 125 into 4 plus 12. What about the denominator? 125. 125 into 4, 500 plus 12, 512 divided by 125. Now we need to find cube root of these two numbers. Newbies, do remember the cube values at least till 10. Okay, see, 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64, 5 cube is 125, 6 cube is 216, 7 cube is 343, 8 cube is 512, 9 cube is 729, 10 cube is 1000. Okay, do remember till here. Very useful. Now, what is the cube root of 512? 8. What about 125? 5. Simple. Answer for this question is 8 by 5. Now, the options are in mixed fraction. Convert this improper fraction to mixed fraction. Take 8, divide the value by 5. 1s are 5. What is the remainder? 3. Okay. To form the mixed fraction, what you have to do is take the quotient here and the remainder here and here divisor. 1 3 by 5. This is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Next simplification question is, if x and y are positive integers and x minus y divided by 3.5 is equal to 4 by 7, then they're asking you to compare x and y. Okay, very simple. See, here only we can answer it. In the RHS, we are getting positive value as the result of LHS. Correct? No. When it is possible? Very simple. X value should be more than y. This is the answer for this question. If you're not understanding this, let's take the equation. X minus y is equal to 4 by 7. Send this 3.5 to RHS. 3.5. Okay. 4 by 7 into, to remove the point. See, after point, one number is there. Divide this number by 10. That's it. Simplify this, you'll understand the logic. X minus y is equal to 7 1s are 7 5s are 5 1s are 5 2s are 2 1s are 2 2s are. Okay. X minus y value should be positive 2. When it is possible? Only when x is greater than y by 2 numbers. That means 3 minus 1, 9 minus 7, 11 minus 9. See the x values? X values are greater than y values. Correct? No. Option A is the answer for this question. That's it. Anyways, next simplification question is 1 divided by 1 plus x power a minus b plus 1 divided by 1 plus x power b minus a. We have to simplify this. To simplify this, we have to use a formula. See, x power a minus b is equal to x power a divided by x power b. This comes in surds and indices. Okay. X power b minus a is equal to x power b divided by x power a. Clear? Use this to simplify this equation. Now, 1 divided by 1 plus x power a divided by x power b plus 1 divided by 1 plus x power b divided by x power a. After this, just consider this as normal equation. See, like 1 plus 2 by 3, 5 plus 4 by 3, something like this. Okay, use the same technique to simplify this. Now, what is the LCM? X power b is the LCM. Okay, let's take x power b as the LCM. First value is x power b, second value x power a. Yes, here 1 normally. Then plus 1 divided by, what about the LCM here? X power a, this value is x power a plus x power b. I hope till here it's clear. After this, just shift this denominator value to numerator. Like, see, if the question is 1 divided by 4 by 3. Okay, I want this 4 by 3 in the numerator. How do I shift it? Very simple. 1 into 3 by 4. If you send any fraction value from denominator to numerator, you have to take in this way, reverse way. Okay, similarly, 5 divided by 1 by 7. If this is the value. What about this simplification value? 5 into 7. Clear. Let's apply the same logic to this. We get x power b divided by x power a plus x power b plus x power a divided by x power a plus x power b. Now, both the denominators are same. We can take that value as the LCM. X power a plus x power b. What about the numerator? X power b plus x power a. Now, we can cancel these two values, or else you can rearrange the numerator as x power a plus x power b. This rearrangement doesn't change the value. Okay, x power a plus x power b. Now we can cancel these two. We get the value as 1. Option B is the answer for this question. Simple calculation. I hope this is clear. Next simplification question is, if 64 into 52 is equal to 17, 48 into 56 is equal to 23, 74 into 35 is equal to 19, then what is this 84 into 37? This comes under coding and decoding. Okay, obviously product of 64 and 52 is not 17. That means this is not the proper logic. Logic is something else. We need to find that logic and apply the same logic to answer this question. Let's find the logic. 64 into 52 is equal to 17. Think, how can we get 17 from these 4 numbers? Very simple. Just add the digits 10. Here, just add these 2 digits 7. Add these 2 numbers now. Simple. So, 17 is the value. This is the code. Anyways, don't do that mistake of ending our coding logic here at this equation. Okay, you have to check in the other 2 equations also. Clear? If the same logic is applicable in the other 2 equations, then only you have to come to the conclusion the logic is correct. Okay, let's check the next equation. 48 into 56, this is given as 23. Add these 2 numbers, we get 12. Add these 2 numbers, 11. Add these 2 numbers now. What we get? 23. Finally, check for the last equation. 74 into 35 is given as 19. Okay. 7 plus 4, 11. Then 3 plus 5, 8. Add these 2 numbers, 19. This proves that our decoding method is correct. Okay. Apply the same coding to this. 84 into 37. Add these 2 numbers, 12. Add these 2 numbers, 10. Add these 2 values now. Okay, what is 12 plus 10? 22. Answer for this question is option C. I hope this is clear. Next question is from number series 4, 9, 25, 49, 121, 169. Next number of the series is... Newbies, what are these numbers? Think. These numbers are square numbers, okay? Pause this video and list all the square numbers. You should know at least till 30 square numbers. That is very useful. Now, what is 4? 2 square. What is 9? 3 square. 25. 5 square. 49. 7 square. 121. 11 square. 169. 13 square. They're asking for this next number. What should be the next number? See the series? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Now, what are these numbers? Prime numbers. Simple. Don't get confused with the 2. 2 is a first prime number and also only even prime number. Okay. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Next number should be 17. Then the answer should be 17 square. What is 17 square? 289. Option B is the answer for this question. Remember newbies, this question should be solved in 10 seconds. Don't take more time. Okay. Do practice the square numbers at least till 30. I hope this is clear. Let's continue now. Newbies, next number series question is, what is the missing number? You have to find the value of this question mark. Okay. 0, 7, 26. You have to decode it first. Very simple. 0 we can write as 1 cube minus 1. 1 cube is 1 minus 1. We get the value 0. Then 7 we can write as 2 cube minus 1. 2 cube is 8 minus 1. It is 7. Am I clear? Then 26 we can write as 3 cube minus 1. 3 cube is 27 minus 1, which is 26. What about the next number? Obviously, it should be 4 cube minus 1. 4 cube is 64 minus 1 is 63. Option D is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Next question is from letter series PUZ space JOT. Missing letter is. We need to find what should come here. Okay. Let's take the series PUZ space JOT. Okay. Anyways, while solving this letter series question, usually we consider the place value of the letters. Okay, see here, place value of A is 1, place value of B is 2, or else you can take place value as A as 26. That means in the reverse order. This is normal order and this is reverse order. Am I clear? To solve this question, take the values in the normal order. What is the place value of P? 16, place value of U, 21, place value of Z, 26, place value of J, 10, place value of O, 15, place value of T, 20. I hope you have already decoded this. Yes. 16 plus 5, 21, 21 plus 5, 26, 10 plus 5, 15 and 15 plus 5, 20. That's it. Now here we have to take plus 5. Don't take this value as 31. It's wrong. After 26, you have to go back to 1. Okay. So 26 plus 5. Yes, it is just 5. Which alphabet's place value is 5? E. E is the answer for this question. Option A is the answer. That's it. Next question is from coding and decoding. Newbies, to answer this question, first you have to decode these two. Use the same code to code this word. Okay. Now, COUNSEL BITIRAK. Clear? To decode this, first replace this given letters with its place value. See, we can take C as 3 because 3 is the place value of C. O 15, U 21, N 14, S 19, E is 5, L is 12. And here B is 2, I is 9, T is 20, I is 9, R is 18, A is 1, K is 11. Okay, we have replaced the letters with its place value. Observe the coding. Very simple. I can take -1 here, 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 and also here. See, 3 minus 1, 2, 21 minus 1, 20, 19 minus 1, 18, 12 minus 1, 11. Okay, now check the left out letters. 15 minus 9, 6. This is minus 6. 14 minus 9, 5. This is minus 5. And 5 minus 1, 4. This is minus 4. Then the code is -1, -6, -1, -5, -1, -4 and then -1. Clear? Next, it should be -3. After that, -1. The series continues like this. Okay. Now, use the same code to code this. GUIDANCE. First start with -1. Then it should be -6, -1, -5, -1, -4, -1, -3. What is G -1? F. Then we can cancel this option A. Let's come to U -6. U -6 is O. Then we can cancel option C as well. After this, let's continue. I -1 is EH. Then we can cancel option D. What is left out? Option B. That's the answer for this question. D -5, you have to take as Y. D -3 is A, right? After reaching A, you have to go to Z. After Z, Y. Okay, you have to take like this. Do remember this. A -1 is Z, N -4 is J, C -1 is B, E -3 is B. Option B is the answer for this question. Anyways, next letter series question is CDAB, DABC, BCDA, CDAB. What is the fifth series? Am I clear? Here we have only 4 alphabet. We have to use that 4 alphabet to answer this question. Okay. For A, +1 is next alphabet, that is B. For -1, you should not take Z. Okay. For -1, you have to take D. Clear? You have to maintain this order A, B, C, D. This is +1 and this is -1. Okay. Now for B, +1 is C, -1 is A. This is easy. Then C, +1 is D, -1 is B. This is also easy one. What about D? +1 is A. Don't go for E. +1 is A, minus 1 is C. Clear? Now let's take the series CD, AB, DA, BC, BC, DA, CD, AB. If we continue like this, what is the fifth series? That's the question here. Okay, here you have to make odd number series group. See, first series, third series, fifth one, seventh one, ninth one, these series makes a group. Okay, and second one, fourth one, sixth one makes another group. I hope this is clear. See, CD, AB, BC, DA. They're asking for this next one. Okay, now this is actually minus 1. C minus 1, B. B minus 1 should be A. Similarly, D minus 1 is C. C minus 1 is B. What about A minus 1? D. D minus 1, C. Then B minus 1, A. A minus 1, D. A, B, C, D is the answer for this question. That is the fifth series. Okay. If they ask for sixth series, that time you have to take this one. DA, BC, CD, AB. This is also minus 1. Take minus 1. D minus 1, C. C minus 1, B. A minus 1, D. D minus 1, C. B minus 1, A. A minus 1, D. C minus 1, B. B minus 1, A. This is the sixth series. Okay. Now the question is for fifth one. So A, B, C, D. Option C is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Next equation is from geometry. In the figure, find the x. See, the given figure is 6-sided figure. Then total angle should be 720 degree. Okay. If we add all these degrees, we should get 720 as the sum. Take the angles 2x, 2x, 3x, x plus x plus x plus 20. This value should be 720. Just simplify this and get the answer. How many x are there? 10x are there. Plus 20 is equal to 720. 10x is equal to 720 minus 20, 700. What about x value? 700 divided by 10, 70 is the x value. Option D is the answer for this question. Maybe next question is from blood relation. It's a scoring topic. Okay. B is the brother of A. S is the sister of B. E is the brother of D. D is the daughter of A. F is the father of S. Then uncle of E is. You have to map this. Okay. While mapping for siblings, take like this. Okay, for father and mother, take like this. Am I clear? Now, B is the brother of A. B is the brother of A. That makes B's gender male. Clear? What about A's gender? We don't know, right? A male or female? We don't know. Let it be. Okay. Then, S is the sister of B. S is the sister of B. Then, S is female. Then E is a brother of D. We don't know where is E, where is D. So let's move to the next statement. D is a daughter of A. A is married and A has a daughter, that is D. Daughter means D is female. Okay. Now come back to the statement. E is a brother of D. See? E comes here. E is a brother of D. That means E is a male. While mapping, gender is also important. Do map it along with the gender. Okay. See here, A's gender we don't know. So we didn't fix A as male or female. Am I clear? Now, last statement. F is the father of S. That means F comes here. What about F's gender? Male. Here we are done with the mapping. Now the question is, who is the uncle of E? Uncle of E in the sense parent brother. Correct? No. Parent is A. Brother is B. That means B is the uncle of E. Then option B is the answer for this question. Newbies, next question is from direction sense. This is also a scoring topic. Raki went 50 meters towards east. and then turned right and went 50 meters. Raki again turned right and went 50 meters. She took a 45-degree turn towards her right and went straight. In which direction is she walking now? To solve direction sense questions, you need a map. See? This one. This is north, south, west, east. Okay. In the question, assume you are moving towards north. If they ask you to go left, take this cut, and for the right, take this cut. Similarly, in the case of east, if they ask you to go left, go up, and for the right, go down. For south, see, left is this side and right is this side. West, left is this side and the right is this side. Am I clear? This map is more than enough to answer any direction questions without any doubt. In the first trial itself, you will get the answer. No need to recheck it. Okay. Raki went 50 meters towards east. That means, let's take 50 meters towards east. Then turned right. See, towards east and turned right. That means you have to come down. Correct? No. 50 meters down. After this, again she turned right. Now this direction is south. They're asking you to take right cut. That means this side. 50 meters. What is this direction? West. Okay. She took a 45-degree turn towards her right. Now her right is towards up, right? Because she is moving towards west. She took 45-degree turn towards her right, in the sense like this. Am I clear? Now the question is, in which direction is she walking? See, take this point as a reference. This is north. This is west. North, west. What about this direction? Northwest. Option C is the answer for this question. Easy, right? Let's move to the next question now. Newbies, next question is from syllogism topic. Statements are given. Using these statements, you have to answer which of this following conclusions follows. See here, only 2 follows, in the sense only this is the answer. Then either 3 or 4 follow, in the sense either this or this is the answer. Okay, similarly, either 2 or 4 follows, in the sense this one or this one follows. And all of this, in the sense all of this follows. That's the meaning of that. Okay, to solve this, we have different methods. Venn diagram method, tick and cross method, and percentage method. Okay, here I use Venn diagram method. First statement, some books are copies. Venn diagram method, in the sense circle wala. Okay, some books are copies. You have to take that like this. Some books are copies. All copies are green. That means complete copy circle should come inside green circle. All green are copies. You have to take like this. All copies are green like this. Hope this is clear. Then some yellow are green. Some yellow are green. This is the Venn diagram for these 3 statements. Let's move to the conclusion now. All copies are yellow. All copies are yellow. We don't have any connection between copy and yellow. Then this is the wrong conclusion. Maybe there are different levels of question in this topic. Present question is very basic question. Okay. Now second one. Some yellow are green. Yellow are green. See, connection is there. We can say yes. This conclusion follows. Third one, some copies are yellow. Copy and yellow are not connected. So it's a wrong conclusion. After this, last conclusion, all green are copies. See, this is all copies are green, not all green are copies. This is also wrong conclusion. What's the answer then? See, only second one follows. Simple. Option A is the answer for this question. I hope you have understood all the questions solved in this video. If you have any doubt, please do comment it. Thank you.